Your attitude determines your altitude. Always does, and it's a choice.
Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how you will do it. Most important choice you make every day of your life. That is the choice of attitude. Your choice of attitude is, without question, the single most important choice you make every day. Life is made up of about 10% of what happens to us and 90% how we respond to it.
Attitude comes from your belief system, and it produces confidence. The lion believes that he can eat an elephant. That belief becomes the source of his confidence, and so he moves toward the elephant. The elephant is 50 times more powerful, 100 times bigger, 80 times more intelligent, 60% more powerful, and yet the lion eats him for lunch. Why? Because the lion's attitude reduces that elephant to a meal. This is why he's the leader. Leadership is 80% mentality, attitude, and 20% skill. And this is why skillful people work for those with the right attitude.
The fastest way for you to change your life is to change your attitude. Attitude isn't everything, but it's the main thing. It's the thing that allows us to change the way we see others and the way we see ourselves. Your attitude will control everything of how you see things and see life and see people and see yourself. People with great attitudes are solution focused. They're never down. They're either up or they're getting up. What that means is they get knocked down, but they don't stay down. They're always ready to rise up and meet another day with a good attitude. You see, we cannot control our circumstances, but we can control our choices. Choose a positive attitude because it's a difference maker. It's a difference maker for you. It's a difference maker for me. It's a difference maker for every person that's with you today at your round table.
Success changes. People always say success changes you. Success doesn't change you. It changes everybody around you. It changes the environment around you. But the level of success becomes more difficult to achieve each time. Control what you can control, so the uncontrollable you can control a little bit easier. You're not gonna be able to control all of the uncontrollable, but if you have less chaos in your mind about trying to control the things that you should be able to control, you'll have more clarity to control the uncontrollable things.
You want to be an elite warrior. It's not about how tough you are. It's not about how smart you are. It's not about how fast you are. If you want to be an elite warrior, you better get really, really good at helping the person to the left of you and helping the person to the right of you. Because that's how people advance in the world.
Wise thinking leads to right living, and stupid thinking leads to wrong living. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. Your attitude, my attitude, it's the paintbrush of our mind. In other words, we hold within our hand the possibility and the responsibility of filling our mind with the right things. And if we fill our mind with the right things, the Apostle Paul is going to teach us we live a fulfilled life.
Everyone thinks hell is a bad place. It's the most comfortable place on earth because that's where all your excuses live. That's all the people that didn't make it, all the people that are saying, you're good enough. Don't worry about it. You don't have to do all this. You made so much money. Why are you working so hard? Because they're trying to pull you back into that place. So you have to visit that. You have to you can still deal with those individuals. And are you willing to leave those individuals back there, or are you going to go and join them? And then the more you win, you still have to take that trip. The less time you have to spend there. But you have to take that trip on a regular basis. And here's the thing: if you don't visit hell, hell is going to come visit you. And if it visits you, it ain't never going to leave.
I remember I was playing a game with my 9-year-old son, John Leslie, and I beat him 10 straight games in a game called Connect 4. And finally, I said, John Leslie, I'm bored. I don't want to play you anymore. And I got up. I said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. John Leslie said, no, you can't go now, Dad. I said, why? He said, it's not over until I win. That was his attitude. We sat down and we played several other games. And finally, after the 11th game, John Leslie won, and he got up and he yawned. And he said, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And I'm saying to you, what if all of us took that attitude after we face a rejection and a no, or we have a meeting and no one shows up, or somebody say, you can count on me, and they don't come through? What if we have that kind of attitude? The car's repossessed. Nobody believes in you. You've lost again and again and again. The lights are cut off, but you're still looking at your dream, reviewing it every day, and say to yourself, it's not over until I win.
Pick the right attitude. Choose good thoughts. Turn them into good feelings. Have good actions. If you're going to express that, that's what the world will send back to you. Attitude is our position or bearing, dedicating thoughts, feelings, and action.
Understand the value of attitude. Understand the value of what a good attitude will do for you. See, there's a little difference in people, but that little difference is a big difference, and that little difference is the attitude. The big difference is whether it's positive or whether it's negative. And the value of the attitude can be greatly understood even at the beginning of things. A good attitude has value at the beginning of a task. A lot of your success in the future and a lot of your success personally is going to be on the fact that you fill your mind with the right things. And when you fill your minds with the right things, the good stuff's inside of you. And when people come around you, the good stuff just creeps out and they feel the good stuff. And that's just the way God works.